Lord, the universe, whatever you believe,
Right.
brings you out of the land of bondage of I don't know.
Yeah.
And you get a definite purpose. Don't go back. Don't go around people who no longer know.
Right.
Don't go around people the woe is me's.
The power of a free mind. When you improve your language and your thoughts, your mind is then free, then there isn't anything that you cannot do.
Those are the facts.
Right? So when that becomes solid in your mind, that's when you transition from the language of a loser to that of a winner.
And what's going on, family? Kevin and Jesse here with you guys today, the Elite State of Mind podcast, where our goal, as always, is to listen, learn, and grow. Jesse, how you doing today, man?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I'm doing amazing. Family, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram page. Hit that little bell right there on YouTube so you guys get notified every Wednesday morning as Jesse and I ride with you on your way to work. What we're going to talk about today, family, is something very important, something we all need to grasp. And the earlier, the better. It's the language of a loser. Now, one definition of a loser, a person or thing that is put at a disadvantage. Somebody who's always losing, who's always on the bad side of the scoreboard.
Yeah.
What is a loser to you, Jesse?
Man, it's a state of mind.
Okay.
Too, right? Because it's all the time winners win because they find a way to win, and losers lose because they find a way to lose. So the loser individual who just cannot get out of their own way. They find a way to self-sabotage and make sure they don't get the dub. It's like that old school commercial, you know, they dun 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 dun, run to the finish line, I'm almost there, and oh no, they trip and fall. Oh my God. Yeah. Losing mentality.
And you know the big thing about that is it starts, like you said, in the mindset. Yeah. It starts with the mentality of what do you think the outcome's going to be? And not just what do you think, what do you believe?
What do you believe?
The outcome's going to be. As those of us of the household of faith, we know faith cometh by hearing. Hearing by the word of God, right? So we understand what we're supposed to hear is life and good things. But for some reason, we have, and especially us as a people, as people of color, have had the language of a loser ingrained in us from a very early age. And some of those things that you might find in the language of a loser, I can't.
Yeah.
I won't. I don't do that. No, I don't want no money. No, I don't want no promotion.
Yeah, I don't know how.
No, I don't want, to move up. I don't want new challenges. It's always, I'll find every reason.
Every excuse.
Why something cannot be accomplished. Yeah. Rather than to go on the opposite side of the coin. And yes, let's try to tackle this. Let's try to climb this mountain. Let's try to, whatever the task may be. A winner says, as I can't say it any better than E.T. Yeah. I can, I will, I must.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And that's the thing is when you get to that point where you begin to change your language is when you see life turn around for you. Yeah. But let's stick on the things the loser says. Where do you think they come from?
Like you said, they just come from being ingrained. Like if it's a system, if it's years and years and years of that's what you hear. It's just on a survival. Not a language of thriving. It's a language of surviving. The just enoughs, and you be grateful for.
Can I just make it through the day?
Can you make it through the day? That is the centerpiece of the loser's language. I'm gonna do just enough. I'm okay with being in the middle of the pack because look, I'm not up top, but I'm not at the bottom.
Right. So in their mind, they're winning.
They're in their mind.
What did Ricky Bobby say? Second's the first loser.
Second's the first loser.
Hey, like you said, winners focus on winning, and losers focus on how do I make sure that I can go through life as easy as possible.
I'm trying to go unnoticed. I'm trying to go under the radar. All of that. Yeah, just give me the path of ease.
The path of least resistance, and it leads to the path of the most broke.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you are never met with resistance, if you never take on challenges, you will be broken. I'm not just talking financially.
Yeah, no.
I'm talking about in your health, your mindset, your mental wealth, all of these things, you will find yourself being broke just because that's your language and in everything that comes to you. If it's, hey man, I need to lose 10 pounds. Hey man, that's easy.
Right.
All you got to do is drink more water. I don't really like water. Okay, well, hey, I'll tell you about this. How about maybe you don't drink more water, but maybe you cut back on the Dr. Pepper. I won't do that. Every answer you have is a negative.
It's a negative one.
And like you said, thoughts are things. And when you now put this into the atmosphere, the I can'ts, the I won'ts, the will nots, the don'ts, now you put into the atmosphere and you are manifesting all of this negative energy and all of these negative outcomes in your life. And then you wonder why you're repeatedly told no.
Yes.
But as I had a conversation with my mentor the other day, no is the root of nothing.
It sure is.
So if you have nothing,
bars.
Hey, if you have nothing, it's probably because you're constantly saying no.
Yes.
Now, again, let me say this, family. There are going to be some things that you have to turn away from, that you have to turn down, but you have to come up with a way to dismiss these things without using the negative energy of no.
Yes.
Whether you can say something like, maybe another time. Whether you can say,
Not at this moment.
Something other than the word no, because I promise if all you're doing is saying no, it's just going to come back to you. And that is, again, a loser's mentality. Because what do they not do is win.
Yeah, they don't believe. They don't believe they have what it takes to get the dub. They're not going to do the work that it requires, right? Winners aren't afraid of doing the work of preparation.
Yeah.
Right? They're meticulous about, man, is everything aligned? Have I done everything that I possibly can do to make sure I get this dub? Right? Think, hey, people don't like Tom Brady.
Hey, man.
Right? But Tom Brady
gets the dub.
He prepares in a manner that people think he's obsessive. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. He was the same way.
Who was that? I believe it was David Goggins, who was like, man, if you want to be great at something, if you want to be a beast, he used some other expertise.
Yeah. He a little more,
a little bit more colorful than I'll be.
Right.
But he said, man, you're gonna have to be obsessed.
Yes.
About that to the point where people think you're just crazy because that's how bad. You want this thing, like you said, from Tom and Kobe. Kobe,
MJ was the same.
Waking up at 4.
Yeah.
Getting, 4 or 5 training sessions in before you get one.
Right.
Tom, I remember, there was a story about, I can't remember if it was Levante David or one of their linebackers, didn't get the Pro Bowl. And Tom was like, you blankety blank. Do you think I play this to go to the Pro Bowl? Yeah. Tom's like, man, I'm here to win Super Bowls, man.
Win the ships.
And that's why they go win. But like you said, they are obsessed. They are fanatical.
Yes.
About their winning, meticulous in their preparation. And I'm pretty sure that neither of those people, or anybody else great, accepts defeat. And it all starts in their language because they believe. That they can, and they wake up every morning and they tell themselves what they are capable of doing.
What I'm going to do.
That there's no mountain that they can't climb.
Right.
How is it that, and now, especially for us, seeing, where we were when we had the I can'ts, the woe is me's, the this is too hard, the oh God, why is this happening to me? Trying to change that mentality. Why is it so hard?
It's difficult because, again, we won't put the work in to raise, again, our language. See, the language of a loser is going to be at a very base. They're going to put in very minimal work in terms of understanding the structure of language.
Right.
Understanding, etymology. Understanding the syntax of how to put the actual, sentence together.
Right.
The phonetics is one of the most powerful things. We'll probably get into that in the next one. But just understanding that the language of losers has a sound and the language of winners also has a sound.
Very low vibration.
These two things are totally different, right? They're on the opposite end of the spectrum. So when we're taking a bunch of L's, it's because, like you said, we're constantly putting out that type of energy.
Right.
We're putting out the statement of, I just, this normally happens to me.
Is that not the worst?
Yeah.
Well, dummy, if you honestly believe that this is your norm,
Yes.
and then again, if this sounds mean, good. If you're stupid enough to say it, if you're dumb enough to say,
Right.
"Oh, bad things just always happen to me. Bad stuff always finds me."
Yeah.
Don't be mad.
Don't be
when bad stuff knocks on your door.
Don't be shocked.
When you're walking along on a sunny day and find the only pothole in the yard and twist your ankle.
Don't be shocked.
Don't go get no ice.
Yeah.
Don't rice. Don't nothing.
No.
Just sit there, rub your ankle, and accept it because that's what you believe.
That's true.
Is that bad stuff is supposed to happen.
Yep.
But you cannot, again, for those of us who say we believe in God, you cannot walk around here talking about bad stuff just happens to me.
But isn't that the norm, though?
It is.
Isn't that the normal message being received across the thousands and thousands of
different denominations,
yeah,
doctrines?
every single Sunday.
You're right.
Is that not it? That's the prevailing thought leading into the work week of the people who are supposed to be full of happiness and joy and peace and all of that. But that's not the message they receive week after week.
No, you get the downtrodden. It's been a bad week. It's going to be another bad week. Your wife's going to leave. Your kids are wayward. Job's about to fire you.
You've been fired.
But you ain't never got no good news for me. But like you said, that's what you're supposed to be
That's what
telling
you're supposed to be getting. Right?
We'll have to touch on that.
Yeah. We'll hit that one another time.
But I will say this: if you ever get the chance, make sure you go read Napoleon Hill's "Outwitting the Devil," because one of the best parts in that book, and again, it's described as a conversation that Napoleon Hill is having, with himself and the devil. Some people say it's what he's having with his inner conscious, whatever you believe.
Yep.
But in the dialogue, one thing that the person portraying the devil, he says, "Man, I love the church. I love it because I can portray a whole lot of bad propaganda because they're not out there telling the good news.
Right.
It's always the bad news.
They're telling the bad news.
It's always the worst that can happen to you.
Yep.
But somewhere, somebody will tell you some good news. And that's why I would also encourage you to read your Bible for yourself. Because there's a lot of good news in there.
Yes.
A lot of good stuff you can get out of there as I digress. But, one more, just to that point, all of the things, there are to tell you what your expected end is.
Right.
That the thoughts are good things.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So again, you cannot say you believe in that book, the law or grace.
Right.
If you walk around here talking about bad things just happen to you. Well, it is two things. Either you keep making bad decisions or you're a bad person.
But here's the difference, though. See, the loser is going to say it's someone else's fault. The winner says, I did that. That was my bad decision. And because I made a bad decision, I need to seek out better counsel, a better mentor, and more wisdom. See, that book says that any person who asks for wisdom, God gives it freely.
Free.
That's what winners do. I'm seeking to get better. I'm trying to understand. I don't want to make the same mistake. And even if I do, I'm going to make the adjustment that I'm not going to do it again. True. You might beat me once. You might beat me twice. But I'll be D if you beat me 3 times.
Right.
And I take it laying down.
And that's one of the things is there's always a struggle in being humble and how to align your ego that you can achieve anything in a positive manner.
Yes.
Right? And what the loser does is then they develop an ego that, is a facade.
Yes.
And they're never humble enough to go seek out that mentor, to seek out that counsel, or even when it's brought to them freely just to change their life.
Right.
When somebody comes by, again, if you're trying to lose some weight, hey, man, well, maybe you should, maybe instead of eating the ground beef, you eat ground turkey. See if that helps you out.
Yeah.
Maybe you switch to Himalayan salt opposed, to the iodized salt.
Yes.
Maybe you can get the gluten-free bread opposed to the gluten bread. Many tips and tricks, to put the science together for you.
Right.
And the winner will at least try.
At least give the effort.
And he'll at least go through the scientific method and see if the experiment works.
Yep.
The loser, nah, man, I got it. I'm gonna just keep eating these
I've
Kraft
tried
singles.
it before, and I just don't have the body type to be able to do that.
Right.
You don't understand my body dynamics, even though the science is the science.
Hey, just keep eating your Kraft singles and bar ass hot dogs, and wonder why you feel horrible.
Oh, the heartburn.
And
You wonder why?
Hey, losers also have certain things on their plates.
More fire. You have a loser's plate. You have a loser's plate. Again, we're gonna reference that boy TB. What he tell him years ago. No, I don't eat like that. People said, "Oh, that's fanatical. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. You have to be able to enjoy life." He's winning at this thing called life. I love it because the man in the arena, it showed him, he's talking about it like, yeah, I've been obsessed about it and I've done it, and maybe I've failed my children to an extent. Maybe I'm not as good as a father. My father's been to me, I've been to them, but that thing just has a hold of me. So he said, I'm able to give them the part of me that says you're going to be great no matter what you go into, because you've seen what it takes.
You've seen the drive. And I mean, I don't, and maybe he feels like that because he didn't spend, as much time as maybe some regular dads.
Right.
Or, some dads even in the league that weren't as great as him. Mm-hmm. But his sacrifice, like you said, is going to propel them. He set them up. The system is the system now.
Yes.
To go be great again. Because all you have to do is find what you love and duplicate what I've done.
Right.
And because his dad put in his time with him and believed in him when he got drafted, what was it, 199 or whatever?
In the 6th round.
Hey, like Tom say, I don't care if you're first or last, but when you get a chance to get on the field, you better show out because then it won't matter.
Yep, that's true.
But again, that's because he had a winner's mentality.
Right.
And he said, as soon as I get a hold of this position, I'm not letting go.
I'm
only going to elevate myself.
That sounds familiar, don't it? I'm not going to let go till you bless me.
Till you bless me.
Sound real familiar, don't it?
Right. And so whatever it is you're doing, family, whether it's, man, I'm going to go to this job, well, you got to have some goals.
Yes.
And I'm going to get in this job and I'm going to move up to the top of the ladder. What kind of steps do I need to take to get there? I'm going to be the best entrepreneur. Okay, well, are you studying other successful entrepreneurs? Are you studying other, multi-billionaires?
Right.
Are you on Elon Musk's, Facebook or wherever that brother is?
Yeah.
What does he eat in the morning?
Yes.
What time does he wake up?
Yes.
What kind of workouts is he doing? Because you don't have to go reinvent the wheel.
No.
You just have to go mimic it.
You got to go do it.
All you got is wash, rinse, repeat. If you do that every day, you will find the residue of their success.
And listen, just let me get a little bit. This brother bought Twitter.
Hey.
Let me get a little bit of the residue.
Cash transaction.
Right. Let me get a little bit.
And here's the thing. If he can do it, so can you.
Oh, yeah. Like that's the beauty of it. But then again, see, that is a winner's language. To understand that the creator has no respect of person. What this person can do, I can do.
Hey.
But for those who believe, you understand, not only can I do it, but I can do greater.
Greater than.
Like, that has to be accepted in your mind. Yes, he just paid $44 billion for Twitter.
U.S. dollars.
Right? For Twitter. Well, what do you want to pay for?
It's not because he wanted it.
Right.
It's not because he needed it.
No, he didn't need it.
He said, let me flex on y'all.
Right. Pretty much. It was a flex move.
Let me dust off this old 44 bill and
Right.
call me Bruce Wayne.
That's a real life Batman.
Man.
So.
I'm mad he ain't in the streets of Gotham fighting crime. Elon, do better. Get you a Batmobile.
He might have one.
Hey, you're probably right. You got that Iron Man suit. Over there at SpaceX.
Yeah, maybe so.
But no, you have to begin to go mimic these people, and the biggest thing is you got to listen to how they talk.
Oh yeah.
I remember a video of E.T. I was watching not too long ago. He was talking about when he went to Michigan State. Man, he was like, man, I wasn't just going for the degree. I was going for the language.
That's one of my favorite ones, man.
He said I was going to listen to how they talk, how they tell stories,
yes,
how they put, like you said, sentences together.
Yes.
Because when I'm up here giving this to y'all, he was like, man, I have to have a certain language.
It's the language of the 1% is what he called it.
Right. He's like, now
Right.
you gonna always see ET in my best fitted, in my t-shirt and some
Yeah.
good J's. He
Yes.
said if I got a funeral, I got 2 or 3 pair of J's I ain't never worn. I got some black pants. I put on my best t-shirt and that's how I go to the funeral. He
Yes.
said he said I'm ET all the time. Right. He said, but I got the language
Yeah.
of the 1%. And that's why he's number 1 in the world.
Right.
Because he went and learned the language, and you never hear ET saying, ET, you can't do this.
Oh, yeah,
You
no.
never hear him speaking to somebody telling them what they can't do.
No.
He's always telling you what you're able to do, what you're able to accomplish. And the thing of it is, family, you can have people encourage you all day long, but like our Andy used to sing, until you encourage yourself,
Pretty much.
it's not going to happen for you.
You have to be thoroughly convinced and persuaded of what you can do. You have to have your mind made up and your heart fixed on, like he said, he recognized where he needed to make an improvement.
Right.
I need to improve my language because from everything that we see is formed based upon language. The thought of, if your language is not correct, then your thoughts will not be placed in the proper context.
You're going to manifest mess.
And then your actions are going to be what? Messy. Because your thoughts, your language is misaligned. They don't match up.
Alignment assignment technique.
Yeah.
But where do we first learn that? On the whiteboard, as the coach is saying, hey, you're going to take an inside half shell. You over here. Hey, we cover 2. You know where you need to be.
Right.
And
Landmarks.
If you're out of alignment, ask the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Right.
We're going to go 0 blitz.
Yeah.
And I'm going to line up on the outside half shell of Cooper Kupp and watch him beat me right up the seam.
Pretty much.
And now I'm cut.
Right.
Career
over.
Now I'm off the team.
Yeah.
My
Career
bad.
over.
My
Yeah.
bad, guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
And they go on to win the Super Bowl because you were out of alignment.
Yep.
You have to do things, and one of the biggest things also is obviously first of all you got to encourage yourself, but then when you start hearing people talking that foolishness,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know. You know what? You keep not knowing.
You're right. You don't know. I'm going to leave you there in the cesspool
land of don't know.
I don't know.
Family, when the Lord, the universe, whatever you believe,
Right.
brings you out of the land of bondage of I don't know,
Yeah.
and you get a definite purpose, don't go back. Don't go around people who no longer know.
Right.
Don't go around people the woe is me.
The power of a free mind. When you improve your language and your thoughts, your mind is then free, then there isn't anything that you cannot do.
Those are the facts.
Right? So when that becomes solid in your mind, that's when you transition from the language of a loser to that of a winner.
And that's going to be when you begin to see the biggest change.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see those things begin to become real every day. Even if it's a $1 increase.
Right.
Even
Right.
if it's a 1% increase. Or your job just magically gives you an extra day off.
Right.
Oh man, you just been working so hard. Just don't come in tomorrow. Oh, well, thank you.
Yes.
Or somebody just begins to be nicer to you, or your circle begins to change, right? Because your spirit's gonna become different. Your thoughts, your spirit, your soul, they're going to become different, and it's going to agitate some people that are in your life because you're gonna want to start winning, and the things that you used to entertain.
No longer.
Man, the things you used to watch, things you used to chuckle at.
They're not so funny anymore. Because you realize, while they up there, he, and the more I shake at the shoulders, the more money running away from me. The more my success is running away from me. The more of me reaching the goal is running away from me. When it's my job, as I improve my language and change my thoughts, to take more action steps to actually become what God wants me to become, to actually fulfill my design and my purpose, to walk it out, to not only just bless myself but everybody that I'm connected to. I can't do that when I'm unfocused, especially as a man. I can't do it. It's impossible.
Those are the facts.
Like, it's my job to make sure my language is correct, because it's my job to also be able to have the ability to teach
the correct language.
The correct language is of the utmost importance.
Those are the facts.
If I'm going to lead from the front, that means my language has to be a leading language as well.
Not to stay back there, y'all.
Yeah.
Be run of the mill. Be average.
No.
Be mediocre. No, I got to encourage. And if I don't know how to encourage myself, how I'm going to encourage you?
It's a difficult
Come
thing.
on, bro.
Right.
2 more miles, 4 more reps, 1 more day,
Yeah. Yeah.
1 more day of fasting, 1 more day of prayer.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a great book. Read it. I know it's long, but just get down through there. 10 pages a day.
10 pages a day.
Save your $10 a day. Invest $10 a day. You can do it.
Yep.
But if I'm never telling anybody that, like you said, in my dominion is gonna be of losers.
Yeah.
I'll be king of the losers. Because that'll be my language.
Here stands king of the losers.
That's what I read on your tombstone.
Like,
Old
what?
King Loser. And they just need to say, take a L from the day you were born to the day you died.
Right.
He was the best loss taker in the history of taking losses.
Wow.
But that's not what you want to be remembered by.
No, it's not.
Because nobody's going to remember you.
Right.
Nobody remembers the losers.
No, that's true.
We only remember the greats.
No one can tell me the last Olympics who came in second.
I have no clue. All them races that Usain Bolt
Right.
won,
Who came in second?
I don't even know who was running second.
Right.
I just know he was the winner. Oh, Michael Phelps.
Right.
All I know is I couldn't tell you from the dream teams, the redeem team, who they beat in the gold medal game.
Nope.
Because all you remember is the winner. What old boy say in the Sandlot when Babe Ruth was talking to what's his name? All I know he say legends never die.
Right. Facts.
It's time to be legendary.
Why not? Weren't you made to be legendary?
It's time.
You never questioned that? That I'm supposed to be just like everybody else? That's a loser's language. That I'm here to fit in. No, I'm here to be legendary. Legends, Apostle say legends do legendary work.
Those are facts. Those are facts.
Just saying. You're remembered by the work, especially if you're a male, by the work you put in. May the work I've done speak for me. If I'm a low-level worker, guess what?
You got a low-level?
They're going to say, well, I don't know about that guy right there. He ain't putting in the work. But if I do the opposite, if I'm doing more, and every time you see me, I'm doing more, I'm putting in more work, then you're going to question, well, why is this guy different? Why is he working like his hair is on fire and he's bald? Why is this the case?
Hey, because he got somewhere to go. He got something to do.
Pretty much.
I have goals. I have dreams to obtain.
Mm-hmm.
I have things that I must accomplish because, one, this isn't just about me.
No, not at all.
I got
not
kids that I want to make sure that all they understand is winning.
Mm-hmm.
Will they have adversity? Sure.
Yes.
But they're going to have a winner's mentality when adversity comes.
Right.
That we've already overcome this.
Yeah. I'm going to win.
We've already won.
I'm going to win.
Does it not say that we're more than conquerors?
Pretty much.
Through him that loved us?
Yep.
So if you believe that and you walk around with the loser's language, don't come to me talking about what you believe in. Don't do it. Because you're in contradiction of what you claim
Pretty much
to believe.
Yep.
You're just going along with a fad. Because you were forced.
Yeah.
To go as a kid, but you've never developed a relationship for yourself.
That's right.
But I'm not going to dig into that too deep because there's some perpetrators out there. But real quick before we get out of here, Jesse, tell the people what is the first step in changing their language from being a loser to being a winner? Because obviously that's what we'll talk about in part 2.
Right. The burning desire. When you know you have more to do, more to accomplish, to become more, that you know that the life you're living is not the life that you should be living, then you're going to seek after the knowledge that will actually change your particular situation versus just sitting there in the wallow. At some point in time, you get on your own damn nerves. At some point in time, you get tired of you. You get tired of just, man, I ain't got enough money to pay for this, that, and the other. What's going on? So when you know you're doing all that you can do, and you just tired of that, at that point in time, then you're ready, right? That's what old Mark Meadows used to say over Fitness 19, right? Mm-hmm. Don't come talk to me talking about you want to be trained unless you can have an emotional well.
So you better have tears in your eyes.
Pretty much. That you're ready, that I'm ready to go right now. I'm ready to run through this wall right now to get this change. Mm-hmm. That has to be the same mentality and thought and the feeling that you have when you're ready to change you. You're ready to change your life. You're ready to change the situation. What must I do?
Climb up in your sycamore tree.
Let me I gotta see. I heard you was passing by. I heard the knowledge was passing by. I heard the life-changing element was passing by.
I'm here.
And I can't have you pass me by.
Pass me not.
Right. I didn't see you pass around, all around, and all that. No.
I'm gonna get
this
mine.
time.
I'm gonna get mine.
This time is me. Right? So that you gotta be to that point, and when you get to that point, you will do what's necessary to change the language. You're gonna read more.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna do your very best to act like you said earlier, change your circle of individuals. No, the people when you take inventory, the people I've been around, they just as homely. They just as broke. We all got terrible jobs.
Bad credit.
We're all unfulfilled. Yeah, we all got bad
rough
credit.
Cars.
Yeah, your car don't work. My car broke down. Let me call you. Hell, your car broke down too? Dang, well call Jimmy. His is too? Listen, it's time for a new circle.
Hey.
It's time to change something.
It's either we got to get a new circle or we got to get a better plan. And everybody in the circle got to get to work.
We got to do something. At the point that you can no longer not take action, yep, that's when we're ready.
I 100% agree. Family, let me leave you guys with this. In, having the language of a loser and you develop the no's and the nothings, remember, no is the root of nothing. But winners love wealth. Mm-hmm. So if that's what you want, if you want wealth, you got to stop saying no. You got to stop saying no to opportunities. Yeah. Even if you don't fully understand the opportunity, even if it seems scarier than anything you have ever done, don't say no. If your job offers you a promotion, take it.
Yep.
If somebody says, hey, man, I'm thinking about doing this business, at the least, look at it.
Take a look at it.
See what the plan is.
Yeah.
Because, again, I promise you, if you say no, no will come back to you.
Yeah.
And it's not just going to affect you, but it's going to affect you and your family and your friends for generations to come. No is a generational curse.
Right.
And if you want to break the generational curses of brokenness, of divorce, of all of these things, you got to start saying yes.
Right.
Start saying yes to some opportunities.
Yes.
But hey, family, we sure are glad you guys tuned in with us today. Make sure that you guys like, follow, and subscribe. Follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We'll talk to you guys later.